Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got an intriguing report to share with you. And that is this: the world's most powerful globalist organization, or one of the most powerful, the World Economic Forum, is now discussing among themselves how to use and how to implement mind control technology. They even admit that mind control technology, while it can heal some diseases, it also has the ability to, well, control humankind into slavery. But don't take my word for it. Let's go straight to the World Economic Forum website, and it's published November 7th of 2018, and it's titled Mind Control Using Sound Waves? ? We ask scientists how it works. Now, it goes on to state that at the moment, non-invasive neuromodulation, changing brain activity without the use of surgery, looks poised to usher in a new era of healthcare. Breakthroughs could include the better management of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease, reducing the pain of migraines, or even reversing cognitive disorders caused by brain injury. It further details, but what happens if this technology for altering our brain waves escapes regulation and falls into the wrong hands? Imagine a dictatorial regime with access to the tricks and tools to change the way its citizens think or behave. So they brag on one hand that it can cure diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, which are amazing feats, amazing things and amazing accomplishments in healthcare. But the negative side, at least they admit, in the hands of some dystopian tyrants, like the United Nations or maybe even the World Economic Forum themselves, they could use it to control humanity. It goes on to state this: how dystopian could it get? I can see the day coming where a scientist will be able to control what a person sees in their mind's eye by sending the right waves to the right place in their brain. My guess is that most objections will be similar to those we hear today about subliminal messages in advertisements, only much more vehement. This technology is not without its risk of misuse. It could be a revolutionary healthcare technology for the sick, or a perfect controlling tool with which the ruthless control the weak. This time, though, the control would be literal. A tool in which they can use it to control the weak. That is a key point of this whole mind control technology. But here's what they fail to mention in the entire report, is that government and tyrants all across the globe have already attempted mind control technology. They're already using it. Most of which, if you turn on your television set, you will see brainwash after brainwash after brainwash in your TVs, in your movies, in your political agendas, in the news media. And I've proved it multiple times on my channel. In fact, multiple programs here in the United States already exist. Think of MK Ultra. I'll throw up the source to MK Ultra on the screen there. It's MK Ultra Project Monarch, and there is literally hundreds of documents within MK Ultra on this one alone. And MK Ultra, if you're not aware, it's mind manipulation technology where they use things like electrical shock and different things to get people to believe things they want them to believe or do things that they want them to do. But these aren't the only projects that exist. Here's another one. This one here is called Testing for Extrasensory Perception with Machines Document. Now, this is from a 1953 report, and it involves a panel of people. This is a mathematician, electrician, an engineer, a psychologist, a psychic, to conduct rigorous experiments with extrasensory perception, or ESP, the ability to know things that are happening or haven't happened yet, or that can happen in the future. Here's another one, and I'm going to go through some of these quickly, but biological radio communication. A report conducted in 1963 outlining the possibility of living organisms transporting signals signals at a distance. And it goes on to describe a real account of a man who experienced this extra or electromagnetic sense with his dog. Now, all of these I'm going to link below so you can check out yourself. But here's another one. Scientist advances hypothesis, quantum telepathy, tells the Doctor of Psychological Sciences document. Now, this information discusses Einstein's and Rosen's paradox, an influential thought experiments in quantum mechanics with which Albert Einstein and his colleagues Boris and Nathan claim to demonstrate that the wave function does not provide a complete description of physical reality. Here's another one. Parapsychology, fiction or reality document. This was by the Department of the Army. But it is an analysis conducted in the 1970s addressing the question if parapsychology is in fact or fiction. It reveals that out of 1,500 scientists, 25% believe the paranormal manifestations were accurately documented. The analysis includes telepathy, clairvoyance, precognition, use of a divining rod, psychokinesis, hypnosis, and multiple other things. And it details that such experiments have been happening since 1882, and that funds are coming from the United States government and the private sector. And as you see on the screen, about $500,000 to $1 million on a yearly basis from the U.S. government. Now, here's another document, Soviet and Slovakian parapsychology research document. And finally, One Human Problem, its solution, and its relation to the UFO phenomenon document. Now, this document was published in 1977, and it's a report where the author, Thomas E. Bearden, divides the development of life into 7 different stages. And the 6th stage is actually pretty interesting, and I did a whole report on this one, but it talks about linking every brain through mind control or implantable chips, like your mark of the beast, right, into human heads and linking them to some kind of dominant force. And they literally entertain the idea of linking it to a UFO or some kind of supreme being. Think Antichrist here. But these are all put together to show you briefly that these indeed do exist. If you go to FBI.gov or FBIVault.gov, there's a paranormal whole section on paranormal stuff within the FBI. There's literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands of these. So that said, World Economic Forum, while they are studying the brain technology and mind control, and they're admitting it now, before they didn't admit it, but now they are, so are world governments. I can guarantee you in the future, there could be directed weapons, and they already have the ability to direct a weapon and make you think certain things. They just haven't put it at a mass level yet. It is in things like the television. When you see something over and over, for example, if I continue talking and throw in the word Snickers bar now and then, I would talk about a Snickers bar anytime I had the chance. Then this is training your brain that you want a Snickers bar. And seeing the image over and over and over again would get your mind focused in on that. That's the very basics of advertisement. But they also use it politically. They also use it in TVs and shows. But on another level, someone somewhere has to address the real question. What dictator is going to use this to control his people, and massive control? Well, we already know what the end times in the biblical version talks about: mind control on a massive level, likely linked with the mark of the beast. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns on this. Please leave them in the description box below. And please don't forget to check out my partner, PatriotFlashlight.com. Right now, there's an amazing Black Friday special. It's right around the corner. They're running it early, so it's on today, and it's going to go all the way through Black Friday. Use the code HAVEN15 to get 15% off of this thing. But it's Patriot Flashlight, and this goes up to 2 nautical miles. By the way, it has the strobe light capability. It has a compass. You open the compass on the bottom. There's a siren in that. It has a thing that can cut your seatbelt, so it's great for the car, or break your window. As well as you can see here, this can be charged with solar as well as plugged into a USB outlet, but definitely has the solar power capability there as well. And you can see it's got flashing red lights too. So this is one flashlight you're going to want to have. So check out patriotflashlight.com and use Haven 15 to get 15% off. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.